What's up, everybody? I say everybody. Doing this for a while now, and I kind of feel, I don't know, burnt out, questioning things. I don't feel burnt out by it. It just feels. I'll tell you what it feels like. You know, it kind of feels like it feels like I've got something to say, but nobody wants to hear it. Right? And there are so many complicated factors here, right? But I want to talk honestly and like how it feels kind of internally doing something like this, because the reason that I set this up um, was like trying to learn ClickFunnels because going from a successful business to like losing that business due to COVID because it's an events business and you can't do events anymore. And then moving into the kind of men's mental health space and going from, and thankfully I've got a bit of a nest egg, but I've gone from, roughly kind of $10,000 income a month to a flat bottom zero. And I've made barely any money since like May last year. Um, and I have a small nest egg, which basically means that I've got till the end of the year to make this work financially. And there's kind of two things you need to do there. You need to understand the subject matter with which you're kind of putting out there. So I'm constantly trying to learn more about different aspects of like the cave system and men's mental health and things like that. Not to be a therapist or a coach, but to at least give kind of, if I'm going to say, because connection, for example, and vulnerability was like two of the biggest things that helped me enter into a space of healing from kind of depression, right? But what does that mean? How do you do it? Like, what are the structures? What are the plans? Like how do you go from repression to vulnerability? How do you make sure it's a safe space? So I've constantly been learning that, but at the same time, you have to drive audience, right? You have to get an audience. And I look at the numbers, and each video gets maybe like 10, 11, 12 views. If I share it on Facebook, maybe 2 or 3 more, sometimes no more. 69 subscribers at the moment. I've been doing it, a few months now. You kind of start to question things, like, and you got two different voices running in your head, right? Because it's an investment of time every day, right? And you've got two different voices running, or at least I've got two different voices running through my head. One says like, just keep going, keep going. At one point, things will take off, right? Someone will see it, they'll share it with a friend, and at some point, like things will start to kick off. You'll find like a way of doing the algorithm or something like that. Out of nowhere, it'll just go boom, 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 boom. Because I started because, trying to learn how to do traffic, studying ClickFunnels and Russell Brunson's work, he said, if you document your journey every day for a year, your financial troubles will be over. And a guy who's currently got zero income, that kind of idea appealed. So I get to do my purpose and solve my problem. But, kind of seeing this not really going anywhere. And I wouldn't mind even if it was like slow growth, but it feels like zero growth, right? Been stuck on like 68, 69 subscribers now for quite some time. So you start to question, I was going to say you start to question the process, but in truth, I start to question myself. Because I feel like I've got something to say. I feel like I've got some good information. But when you start putting it out there and you don't really see anyone listening, like if you keep digging deep, if you keep digging beyond the surface level, the surface says, oh, well, this strategy doesn't work. This isn't working. Underneath that, you think, that somehow I'm the snowflake that's managed to find a way of not getting this to work. Or you think that, oh, well, and what you do is you keep digging deep, and ultimately, like, the fear is, what I'm scared of is, like, I'm just not interesting. Like, I'm just not what they call the attractive character. I'm not worth listening to. I'm not giving enough either content, or it's not interactive enough or interesting enough to give out this content, which makes me terribly afraid that none of this is actually going to work. And yes, that obviously makes you kind of worried financially. It makes me worried that, with a year runway, having to make this successful in all of the ways, including financial, by the end of the year, otherwise I'd have run out of money. There's also questions of like, what if this doesn't work? What if I fail my quest? What if I fail my purpose? What if I fail doing the thing that I'm called to do? And that's a really, really scary place to be. Like, it's something that's concerned me a lot recently, particularly as I keep doing these videos every day and I don't see any kind of growth within the channel. It's like, am I just not cut out for it? Is it? And you never want to face that. I don't want to face that. I don't want to face that it could be me. So I want to kind of put something on top of that can make it not me. I could say, like, oh, well, men aren't ready to hear this content, or people aren't ready to hear this content, or the YouTube algorithm's broken, it's destroying me, or like the strategy, when I look at everyone else's videos and the level of production value and entertainment they can bring into a video, and I'm recording every single day, so I can't put the production value on because it'd be too much every single day. I start to think, well, is the strategy wrong? But all of that surface level fear is just a mask to cover up my real fear that I'm just not interesting enough. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop, because I do not know. Maybe it's about to take off. Maybe I am interesting and it'll take off. Maybe I need to keep doing this to work on myself to get interesting enough for it to then work. So I'm not going to stop. That doesn't stop the fear being there. But as my partner Rebecca and I have been talking about so much, it's about that forward momentum. It's about that forward motion. So keep moving forward. Let's see what happens. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday.